What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we are going to be doing the preview of the game between Manchester City and Southampton in the Premier League. Saturday, 3 p.m. football. You cannot beat it. It's special. Manchester City, my beloved Blues, taking on Southampton at the Etihad Stadium on October 8th, 2022 with a 3 p.m. BST kickoff time. Anyone go and have a blast. Anyone watching from around the world, soak it all up. The game isn't live in the UK as per the 3 p.m. rules on a Saturday. It's backwards, I know, but we'll be having a live watch along for you guys to look forward to. Anyway, so before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, then do subscribe to my channel. That'd be much appreciated. Social media links, they're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business inquiries. Do leave a thumbs up as well if you do enjoy this video. 200 likes is the aim, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Do let me know your thoughts as well in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. And lastly, this video is sponsored, like all my previews for the season, and brought to you by BetMate. They're offering a £400 pot with a £2 entry fee available to anyone in the UK who is 18 and over. Normal rules do apply. They're paying from first place to 40th, so a big stretch of money there to be won by anyone that may be interested. A low pot entry as well, £2, so what's not to like about that one? First place getting £100, second place getting £59.20, third place getting £30, fourth place getting £19, and so on. A very affordable pot. It's a special pot made up of Premier League 3 p.m. kickoffs, including Manchester City's games. Also got available here Bournemouth against Leicester, Chelsea against Wolves, Newcastle against Brentford, and as mentioned, City against Southampton. If you watch a lot of Premier League football, then this pot could well be for you. It's very similar to the Champions League pot, so the same rules, 2 players that you can select from each club. You can use code FF-SAT-3PM-08. You can only use my QR code or the link in the description to download BetMate as well. You can also use code JSGC5 on sign up to receive a £5 free bet. So you can come and join this pot for free. So come and join me and challenge each other. That would be nice, and we'll speak more about BetMate later in the video. So our opponents today are Southampton, currently sitting in 16th place in the Premier League table. They're on 7 points from 8 games with 2 wins, 1 draw and 5 losses. They've lost their last 3 Premier League games. Their last win came at home against Chelsea at the end of August. Currently down on their luck, slumping down the table and finding it pretty difficult, and this is going to be another difficult game for them. Looking at their recent games, lost at home in their last game 2-1 against Everton. Before that, lost 1-0 away against Aston Villa, and before that, lost away against Wolverhampton Wanderers by 1-0. So they're keeping the scores low, just not really clicking up front and getting the goals that they needed to pick up points and pick up them wins. But this is a different test for them. Man City, they're free scoring. I'll be very surprised if this is kept to a low score. We'll see. But City full of confidence. They've got the best striker in the world right now in Erling Haaland. How do Southampton stop him? They can't give him any space, but even then, he reads the game so well. He's good with his feet. He's lethal in front of goal. He's good with his head. He's quick. He's adaptable. 6'4", massive presence. How do you deal with him? Pray, look, try and injure him. Maybe do all 3. Who knows? At the moment, only Bournemouth have managed to keep Erling Haaland out in a competitive game so far this season. Saw a nice funny meme of all the Premier League managers lined up outside of Scott Parker's office trying to get some tips on just how do you keep Erling Haaland to a blank. Now Southampton, they're led by Ralph Hasenhüttl, can be a very tricky manager for us to play against. Just have a look last season, drew both our Premier League games against them, including a 0-0 draw here at the Etihad Stadium. We didn't have Erling Haaland then, we do now. This different ballpark right now with Manchester City. What can Southampton do to keep him quiet? Southampton, of course, will be absolutely ecstatic if they can copy that game and have another 0-0. Now, where are the dangers for Manchester City from Southampton? So, in goal, decent goalkeeper Gavin Bazunu, former Manchester City man. Will be great to see him at the Etihad once more. Kyle Walker-Peters always seems to play well when playing against us. I'm expecting him to be slotting in at right back. Juan Larios going in at left back, and Bella Kotchop and Kautakar as their centre backs. No expert on Southampton. Naivety on my behalf here, but I've not heard of them, so I don't know what presence they're going to be able to offer against Manchester City's attack. Ward-Prowse, their main danger man, decent on set pieces, good driving through the middle, never gives up, a real good can-do attitude. He needs to be stopped by Manchester City. Could see Ainsley Maitland-Niles, got a good physical presence to him, potentially starting in this game. Could see former Manchester City man Samuel Edozie, if he does start, could have a point to prove. I'm expected to see Joe Aribo starting out wide for them. Could we see Che Adams potentially starting up top as well? To me, not a bad team, not an amazing team either. Lots of ones for the future, lots of potential there. Really good business model, because if any of these players end up being decent, they can sell them on for big profits, and that's their business model. That's how they manage their football club, and there's always that presence there that they've got a point to prove. So Man City need to be very careful. They've also got experience. Theo Walcott could be an option off the bench if they're looking for a bit of pace in their team as well. So yeah, Southampton, City need to be careful here of them. They're an established Premier League team, and they're not an established Premier League team for no reason. City needs to be careful. For Manchester City, unbeaten in all competitions in the season so far. Another win and another 5 goals in midweek against FC Copenhagen at home. We're followed before that a 6-3 victory against Manchester United at home. That's 11 goals in our last 2 home games. Erling Haaland in the Premier League is currently on 3 times consecutive hat-tricks, so he's looking for number 4 from this game. So it's scary. It's really scary what Haaland can do, and Haaland, of course, scored 2 against Copenhagen, and he came off at half-time, so he only had 1 half under his belt. He's been rested, so he is fresh as well. That's scary, really scary for Southampton. Great for Manchester City, scary for Southampton. Now, City currently sitting second in the Premier League table, 20 points from 8 games, 6 wins, 2 draws, won every Premier League home game. We've won every home game this season in all competitions. We currently sit 1 point behind Arsenal. We've got a far superior goal difference on Arsenal. City on +20, Arsenal on +12. Arsenal playing Sunday at home against Liverpool in a very big game there. So a chance here for Manchester City to get some pressure onto them and go top of the Premier League. A win will send us top. A draw will send us top as well, but we're only looking at 3 points and wins. Now, in terms of team news, Rodri, he's back for Manchester City from his niggle, could be in contention to start in this game. Laporte, he's fully fit, could be in contention to start in this game. Kalvin Phillips, he's out after having surgery on his left shoulder, facing a race to be fit for the World Cup. And speaking of fitness ahead of the World Cup, Kyle Walker, he's had surgery this midweek on his groin. That's why he limped off in the derby last weekend. He is going to miss the next 6 weeks at least for Manchester City. He's in a race to be fit for the World Cup at the moment. He's a doubt to go to the World Cup with England. So speedy recovery to Kyle, speedy recovery to Kalvin as well, and hopefully both of them will be fit to go to Qatar. John Stone's not heard anything on that, so I'm not sure how he's doing with his injury, but with that in mind, I don't think he's going to be starting in this game. So I'm going to pop up my team prediction now for you guys. I'm going for Ederson in goal, Cancelo on the right hand side, Gomez on the left hand side. We could see Ake go on the left hand side if City wants to go with a back 3. I've gone with a centre back pairing of Diaz and Akanji. Laporte's only just come back. He started in the last game. There's no reason for him to be starting back-to-back games, in my opinion, in the space of 3-4 days. So that to me doesn't make sense. So I've gone with Gundogan to start in defensive midfield as our number 6. Rodri, bring him on at some point in the second half, get him some minutes. He's come back from his niggle. He's training again, so he's obviously fit to go. You just don't know how he's going to respond, and the last thing you want is for him to do 20 or 30 minutes and then have a repeat of that niggle, and it ends up being a little bit more serious. Kyle Walker was rushed back by England, and because of that, Man City have gone in and started him in the derby thinking that he's fit, and he isn't, and he's ended up doing the same injury and ended up having surgery, and now he's a doubt for the World Cup. So don't be rushing players back when we don't need to. Gundogan defensive midfield alongside De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva. I've gone for Foden on the right hand side because he looks very effective on that right hand side. Mahrez is unlucky to miss out. I've gone with Jack Grealish after his man of the match performance against Copenhagen on the left-hand side, and Erling Haaland starting up top for Manchester City. Like I said, Mahrez unlucky to miss out. Could be an option from the bench. Julian Alvarez an option off the bench. Rodri as well, good to go on the bench. Cole Palmer another option. Joshua Wilson-Esbrand, Rico Lewis other options for City, as well as Nathan Ake, Aymeric, Laporte. So our squad's starting to get there, which is good. Now in terms of betting tips for this game, I'm backing Erling Haaland to make it 4 home hat-tricks in a row. So that's my first tip. Also, I'm going for, I don't think this is going to be both teams to score, so I'm not going to say my betting tip is for not both teams to score here, and I'm going for Manchester City to win by 5+ goals. Whopping that one, but that's what I'm going for. Do remember, if you're going to place any bets on any individual players, and do wait until the teams have been announced and no rotations catching you out. City could rotate, playing every 3 to 4 days. Southampton could rotate tactically here as well, so wait until teams have been announced. And if you are going to gamble, do remember to gamble responsibly, and when the fun stops, stop. In terms of my score prediction, I'm going to go for a massive 6-0 victory for Manchester City is my score prediction. Do let me know your score prediction in the comments below. Now I want to speak about my sponsor for today's video, BetMate. 2 players per team that I can pick from for the 3 PM kickoffs in the Premier League. So I've gone with Kepa in goal from the Chelsea home game at Wolves. I've gone with Dan Burn, who plays for Newcastle. They're at home against Brentford, and Johnny Evans of Leicester City, who's away at Bournemouth at the back. I've gone with Almiron of Newcastle in the middle, along with Phil Foden as my vice captain, and Erling Haaland as my captain up top, partnering Aubameyang of Chelsea. On the bench, I've got Neto of Bournemouth, who are at home against Leicester, as my backup keeper. I've got Johnny of Wolves, who are away at Chelsea, along with James Maddison of Leicester, who are away at Bournemouth, and Che Adams from this game for Southampton on the bench for me. The pot is worth £400 this week. £100 for first place, remember, so £2 entry, so very affordable, so do go and check that out. Like I said, if you've not signed up to BetMate, what are you doing? Go and sign up to BetMate. Use my QR code or my link in the description. Download the BetMate app, and then go and use code JSGC5 on sign up and get yourself a £5 free bet. You can enter this week's pot for free then. Do remember, when the fun stops, stop, and if you do gamble, do remember to gamble responsibly. So let's go. Looking forward to this one. Watch along link will be out tonight for you guys to go and set your reminders for, and I'll see you again tomorrow 2:30 PM BST for this live stream watch along of this game. So I'll see you then. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. Remember, subscribe if you haven't already. Social media links, they're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. 200 likes is the aim, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Do go and check out BetMate as well. All links, details and everything, they're in the description, and I'll see you for the live watch along tomorrow. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.